Up in the air, I want you to jump. Jump.
Let's see, this is just, we'll put it right there. Hopefully it's recording, because you know what? I hate, this is a thing that like I stress out about YouTube. It's like the whole back scenes and stuff, and like having to set up, make sure your lighting's good, make sure your camera's charged, making sure this and this and that. Like YouTube is not as easy as people come out or think it is. Anyways, welcome back to my channel, everybody. Happy February. So I kind of been getting some feedback on the types of videos that you've been wanting, and I know a lot of you want cafecito times, you guys want more mukbangs, you want more ASMRs, and I will be doing that more this month. But one video that I had liked to do was actually just doing this long vlog, because I really want you all to get to know me, like, you know what I mean? I really want to create a real connection with you guys, and I don't want you to feel like I'm not like, I don't want to cheat you out on who I am. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want you to watch me and then in the reality it's not really a sense of who I truly am. So that's why I've been really enjoying making these like long vlogs. So we're gonna try to make this a 30-minute vlog, and I'm literally just gonna stand here and talk because I feel comfortable. I usually do this on my Instagram live. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I usually go on Instagram live a lot, and it's really fun because I kind of just set the camera right here. I'm literally, you guys want to see where where I'm doing this? This is literally like my little pantry thing, but it's just so, for some reason I like to just stand here. You know, when I record, I'm usually sitting down, and I just kind of want to move around, and I kind of, you know, so I'm just gonna pick some little snacks up in here and talk to you guys and just kind of just be myself and not really worry about what I'm saying and the content, because I think that's why I kind of struggle with making vlogs, is because I'm thinking like, okay, like what am I gonna talk about? Who, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like when I do cafecito times or when I do like mukbangs, I already come in with the video with like a topic. I already know I'm gonna like, oh, I'm gonna make this cafecito time on this time that I did this and that. So I literally just sit down and I push record on my camera, and I literally just kind of just tell my story, you know what I mean? So it's not really scripted or anything like that. Sometimes I feel like maybe I should actually kind of have an outline of what should I say, but I think that makes it so much more unauthentic, and I kind of don't want to do that. So I get really like anxious. I just like to turn on the camera and I just want to put it on, and if I want to talk, then so be it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk to you as if like you are my long lost friend, and I'm gonna try to include you in a conversation. So if you want to talk about, you remember like watching Dora the Explorer when then she'd be like, so what do you think? I like that too. I'm not gonna do that, but you know what I mean? I want you to really feel like you're connected to me. I don't want to just leave this camera on and then have a conversation with somebody else. I hate when people do that. I like when like people actually have a connection with the camera, even though I'm probably just crazy and I'm literally just like speaking to an inanimate object. Maybe it's my insanity that allows me to do this, you know? So I kind of just want to talk a little chit chat. You know what? Why don't I make a little coffee or something? Let me do something, but I just want to have you mobile. I want to move around, and I just want you just to watch and listen. So get ready. This is a perfect time for you to watch. I would watch, you know, personally, I like to watch, there are two times where I like to watch YouTube videos. I like to watch YouTube videos in the morning or at nighttime. Yeah, sometimes in the afternoon too. It just depends with me. But like these type of vlogs, I would preferably watch them at nighttime, because I would probably be in bed and I'd be all snuggled up and ya bañado, you know what I mean? And just kind of get relaxed, puro relax. Yeah, so let's just talk. Let's just have a little conversation. Like, why not? I've been really eyeing these. I've been wanting to make these corn muffin mix. I go to like one of my favorite restaurants is called Soup Plantation. So I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's basically this like, how do I say it? It's a restaurant. It's pretty cheap. It's really, really cheap. And I would consider it kind of like cafeteria food, but it's not like that super nasty. All it is, it's literally like salad and soup, and it's really light. So like you can eat a lot and it's all you can eat. So it's kind of like a buffet. So they have like these soups and like salads and bread. So just kind of like that type of like light You know what I'm saying? So I love going there because I ping out. That's when I get, like, if I go to Soup Plantation, that's when I grub out on my vegetables. I get like salad. I get all the things that I usually don't eat, you know, like throughout the week because, you know, I get lazy and stuff like that. So anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yes, at Soup Plantation they have these cornbread ones and they're little muffins and they're so good. You know what? I actually might make this. Why not? But then I would kind of want to make this as a cocinando pendejes. 1/3 cup of milk, bitch. I might. You know what? I'm gonna do this, but I don't know if you guys want to see it. Anyways, let's just chat. Let's have a real intimate chat with me. Like let's just wind down and I want to just talk with you. I think you know why I like what I did in my last video. If you guys didn't see, I did this 30-minute vlog when I was literally just getting ready. But it felt so therapeutic for me. And I was like, dang, bitch, maybe I need to be doing this more often. But hold on, bitch. Before, I'm talking about over here wanting to make cornbread. But I literally bought these at El Superior. I love these. Okay, there's just one spot. I don't know if you guys from Riverside. It's over there by University. It's next to Citibank. It's called Gilberto's, I think. It's on University. It's like passing UCR. There's this Mexican shop, and that's where I always get my carne asada fries. Like even when I'm in Riverside, in Cementojo, like that's where I'll go. And it used to be Gus Jr., but then I think they took it down and they put it's like our burgers or something like that. I don't know, but they have these pickled carrots, like they have it like in a thing. Bitch, I get a fucking like, you know, the bolsitas and I stuff them and I dip it in Dunkin', gotta get going. Excuse me. So yeah, what should I talk about? Honestly, let's talk about a couple of things because I'm pregnant. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you guys can't see me. I'm literally in my underwear and it's crazy back then. Yes, so for everyone, go ahead and look at the happy birthday sign. Look at the stocking so you can get pissed off and then leave a comment and say, you still have your birthday thing on so I can get pissed off and, you know, just block you. You know what I mean? You know what? I hate that. I just don't like to be told what to do. And you know what you know why I think so? I'm gonna start getting some deep. So y'all ready to do this with me? I don't like to be told what to do. You know what the funny thing is? It's like when people always, you know, I hate when you first meet somebody because everyone's like, oh, you know, they want to know all your good qualities. People want to like sit down and they want to know all the like nieve about your life. Like they want to be like, oh, so tell me, what do you do? What kind of personality do you have? And you're always just like, oh, pues, I'm awesome. I'm super nice. I'm super just chill. I'm never angry. I'm never mad. Blah, 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 blah. And dude, and it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm sure people do have that type of personality, just like myself. Like, what are my good qualities? Well, actually, before my good qualities, I'll talk about my bad ones. But nobody talks about their bad ones. Nobody blatantly says, I'm a fucking bitch. And you know what? I have an attitude problem and I get pissed the fuck off. No one says that because you know what I mean? That's just crazy. No one's gonna want to do that because people are gonna be like, that person's weird. Like, I don't want to. But I think, you know, lately, I've been kind of interested in knowing what are your worst qualities and what are qualities that you're not afraid to admit that you have. Because if you're not afraid to admit them, that means you know you struggle with it. But it's a good thing because maybe if you know what kind of like bad quality traits that you have, then you can actually work on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like people who are addicted to drugs, like, and I hate to talk about this, but people who are addicted to drugs, they don't really have it's not like a moment where people are like, okay, you're addicted to drugs now, like, woohoo. Everything's so gradual, and I think that's the hard thing about life and about anything. If it's like a relationship or it's just whatever, apply this to anything. Nothing ever happens like, well, no, let me rephrase that. When you start to, how do I say this? Like, I'm gonna still talk about the whole addiction thing, right? It's not like yesterday I was not addicted and today I am addicted. That doesn't happen like that. Addiction, it's a long process. Do you know what I'm saying? And it goes the same thing for your negative qualities. It's not like one day you're not a bitch and then the next day you're a full blown out bitch. It's something that happens throughout time and it's so gradual that you don't realize it's happening. It's like when you go home, like, I don't know if you like in college or something or whatever, and you go back home and then you see your nephew and then they're like this tall and the last time you saw them they were this tall. To everyone else, they're just like, yeah, I mean, he's the same. I don't see a difference. But to you, you see such a big difference because you don't see it every single day. You see the black and white. You see the like Monday, Tuesday type thing. You don't see like the hours span, you know? So that, I think that applies to people's personality and the things that are like what we don't realize. Sometimes we don't even know what's going on. And I think for me, I've changed a lot. Like, let me tell you guys, like the person that I used to be, woo! People who really know me, people who like watch my videos, if you really knew who I was, boo! Back then, let me say back then, because I think I can, you know, I'm gonna confidently say that I've changed and I've matured and I've grown to a much more better person. I'm still not perfect and I never will be, but I think I've grown a lot since how I was in high school. I used to have a really bad attitude problem. I used to just, you know what, and I still do, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Let me cut the bullshit here. Like, I struggle with my emotions a lot. I'm not saying that I'm like bipolar, which I think I probably am, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, before, I think when I was younger, it was really bad. I would go like, my emotions would be like this. I'd be happy, I'd be sad, I'd be pissed, I don't want to talk. You, I love you, I'm sorry. But like, it was just a constant like flow of emotions. And I still feel like that today, but I think it's gotten a lot better because, you know, there are days where like, I'm burning. Like, I'm ready to just fucking go off and rail down my window and be like, fuck off. Like, there are days that I really am just ready just to like argue or fight. But when a fight is about to happen with whomever it is in my life, I'm just like, you know what, Kevin? Hold on. You're angry. You're gonna say something stupid that you don't mean. Why are you gonna do that to yourself? And then I have this internal monologue and I'm just like, I shouldn't do that. But then my emotions are like, but you should because you feel it. But then my logic's just like, but dude, why are you gonna do that? And it takes so much. I think the hardest part about growing up is it's not the whole, what everything else, you know, what everyone says, well, adulting sucks. I have to pay bills and I have to work. Bitch, yes, everyone does. I have to work, you have to work, we all have to work. Unless you got money, let me be your friend. Let me put my Venmo account, let me put my PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's life, you know? The hardest thing about life, and let me tell you something, bitch, write this down, because, bitch, the hardest thing about life is learning how to undo everything you've been taught. Bitch, for the bitch in the back. Let me say that shit one more time. Life is the most difficult thing in the world because you have to learn how to unlearn everything you've been taught. And people are gonna be like, what the fuck you mean, Kevin? Like, what you mean, Kevin? Like, I ain't trying to, Let me explain. You know, there are things that I'm sure that I'm gonna say, there are certain things that you probably, how do I say this? There are certain things that I'm sure that you're proud of. And I'm proud of you too. There are certain things that are great qualities, you know? I think personally, being a respectful person, being an optimistic person, being a open-minded person, those are good qualities. And maybe those are things that you've learned to do from someone else. Maybe your mom taught you how to be like that, or your brother showed you how to be resilient, or your uncle or your tia inspired you to help others, or whatever the cause may be. Whoever inspires you in life, you know, there are certain things that you've learned to do that are good qualities, and you shouldn't undo those things, right? Because they're good, because they help people. It makes the world a better place. You feel good about, you know, helping someone else feels good because you're helping them. Imagine if the camera wasn't even recording. I get paranoid. Sorry guys, because that's happened to me before. And you know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. So there's some things that I would hope that you don't like change about yourself, but there are some things that you have to learn how to unwind and undo. And they're things that usually stem from our childhood. I reflect a lot. I think that's, as something as I've been getting older, I reflect a lot about my life. And I've had moments of like epiphanies where it just hits me like a bus and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am this way because of this. And they're very minuscule things in my life. But like I said, because when we experience life, we experience it gradually. Everything's a gradual process. It's never like, you know, sometimes it might feel like that, you know, something happens, your life changes and now your life is like that. That's possible too. But normally your life is like, it's like a piece of gum, right? You don't go from this big blob of gum and then like to the next you have two separate pieces. You have to go through that pulling process and the stretching process, that gradualness, you know? And I think for me, a lot of my negative qualities was because, you know, it stems from my childhood. And I'm not here to have a sim story. Like, I'm not here to sympathize. Like, I'm not here for people to feel sorry for me or whatever, because I've had it, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I had a great childhood. I think I grew up in a well-stable home. I grew up with two loving parents. Of course there are things that, you know, we wish we would have had more of, but I can't really complain too much about my childhood because I lived a pretty good life, you know what I mean? And I'm very thankful, and I'm beyond privileged to be able to say this to this day, because not a lot of kids do. But I came from a good home for the most part. There are big things in my life that do stem from my childhood. Like, for example, like a negative quality that I have, I consistently talk over everyone. And it's not because I think I'm better than anyone or I think my opinion's more important than anyone else. It's because I'm the youngest child. So when I go back home, even to this day, I'm 23 years old and I still feel like this. Like, when I go back home, I have to constantly raise my voice for people to listen to me. Like, nobody will, if there's a conversation happening at the dinner table, I literally have to be like, well, no. I have to do that because people would just step over me, and then my voice is just kind of like shunned, and then I'm not listened to. Does that make sense? Because of my age thing. And so I've taken that with me, even with my friends. Ask Janita. Janita will be like, oh, I know. Sometimes I'll finish her sentences for her, or I'll speak over on top of her, and I'll just be like, oh yeah. You know what I mean? And people are just like, wow, that's rude. But I don't do it consciously. I don't realize that I do those things, but it is a negative quality, and it's something that I know now that I do, and now I have to change that. So it's really hard. It's really hard figuring out what's wrong with you, you know? And identifying your problem is one thing, but having to fix it and change is the hardest thing. And I think the hardest thing for me was learning to undo a lot of things that I've been taught through my Mexican culture. I personally had to take the decision to unteach myself all the religious things that I've learned at home. And I think that's the hardest part, is that I've had to learn how to unwind and undo a lot of the bad things that I've been taught to do. And I think that's really hard, and a lot of people don't do that. And I see it every single day. When I see old people, I look at their actions and I'm just like, dang, you learned that. Like, it's like a maña. Oh my God, yes. It's like a maña. Nosotros somos mañosos, and not like perverted, but nosotros hacemos cosas de maña. You know what I mean? People just do things out of habit, out of a bad habit, and it becomes so comfortable and it's so natural to you that you don't even realize that you have a maña until someone points out your maña and says, hey dude, you do this a lot. And then you have to say, holy crap, si soy mañoso or mañosa. You know what I mean? You have to have that self-revelation and say, oh my God, I really do this, huh? And that's not the only thing. You have to stop. You have to change. You have to be like, you know what? I do this certain thing. Now I need to stop. Oh my gosh, it's about to come. Let me chill out. Let me chill out before, let me just learn how to because I'm about to go off on this bitch and it's so easy for me. I'm gonna whoop this bitch's ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I'm talking about. And it's hard, man. It really is hard. So here are my top 3 negative qualities if you really want to know. Yeah. People in my life might differ. They have a whole, I know damn well they'll have like 20 things to say negative about me. But I think, I'm telling you this. I'm personally telling you, hey, this is how I really am. And these are my negative qualities. And I know that they're there and I'm working on them. So top 3 things that I don't like about myself. My personality wise, because I'm too controlling. Like, that's one thing that I do agree. I want things to go my way. I want to tell people what to do. Have you heard the thing? te gusta mandar, pero no te gusta que te digan. That's literally me. I like to be like, you do this, you need to stop doing that, you listen to me, you. But a mí, yo sí, pero tú no. That's one of my biggest like qualities that I don't like about myself. And I'm working on it. And sometimes, como que I'm hard-headed and I'm very prideful and I'm just like, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I am working on, is being bossy and being a control freak. Like, I have to understand, I don't own anyone. I'm not in control. People are not pets. People are human beings, and I cannot control other people. The only person that I can control is myself. If I can't do that, if I feel the need to have to control others because I feel like I can't control myself, then that's an internal problem that I have to work on. You know what I mean? So that's one of them. Another thing is, what's another thing that I don't like about myself? I'm controlling. I'm overly sensitive. No, you know what? I'm not even going to say that I'm sensitive, because it's not a bad thing to be sensitive. And I think people need to stop putting that like as a negative quality, because being sensitive is not a negative quality. It's who we are and it's what we feel. And that's something that you shouldn't be ashamed of. What a bad quality that I have is I suppress a lot of my emotions. I act like things don't hurt me, or I'll act like whatever, like I don't give a, you know what I mean? But deep down, I don't tap back into myself and really deal with my emotions. That's the thing. I don't properly handle my emotions. I like to suppress things because it's so easy. That's what I've been taught. That's all I know. You know, if I'm really sad and I want to cry, I don't want to do that in front of everybody because I don't want people knowing that I'm sad. So what do? I wait till I get home, I close the door, and then I just let it all out. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's not the healthiest thing to do. Like, I want to have the courage to be in public and just cry. You know what I mean? I don't have that courage because I'm ashamed that I'm sad and I'm embarrassed, and I don't want people to know that I'm weak, and I don't want people to see me when I'm down. So I'd rather not do that. You know what I mean? But I think it's a beautiful thing to be sad. We'll talk about that whole another thing a little later. So that one, I think that's my second one. And my third one is, I think I care about, it gets emotional. I think I care about everyone else before I care about myself. Cries. No, I think, and it's not, I'm not trying to be selfish, and some people will say that's a good thing, but I feel like sometimes I put myself second. Sometimes I put myself after others because like I care about people too much. You know what I mean? I'd rather someone else be happy than myself. Does that make sense? So, which is, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing. I think sometimes it's a good thing, but to the point where it's just like where I stop caring about myself, or I stop doing things for me to please others, I think that's when it becomes a problem. So, I think that's something that I do want to work on, you know? I think that's a negative quality that I have, and I care, and I want everyone else to be happy because that makes me happy, and you know, and eventually, right? So, yeah, what are your 3 like negative qualities? Like, I want you to really dig deep and share it on here, and if you're embarrassed, then that's fine, but if you don't even have to share it, just write them down on a piece of paper and explain to yourself, why are you those things? You know what I mean? I think that it helps a lot because it's therapeutic. You're just like, you know what? I do struggle with this, or I do feel this way. I'm already sweating. Como que I need to just, and how long has this vlog been? I'm not going to edit this vlog. I'm not going to really try to edit a lot of this vlog. I want to keep it the length because I really, really like doing these long vlogs. And if you like these long vlogs, please let me know. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. I love just sitting down and talking with you guys. And I hope that this video was insightful and helpful for you and gave you a little, you know, party, you know, I don't know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? So, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. I will see you guys soon. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Happy February. Do write down, I want to see everyone else's shitty qualities so I know that I'm not the only one. Because I don't want to be the only one. So help me out here, guys. So thank you guys so much. Subscribe, follow my Instagram and do all those good things. I'll see you guys later. I like how I said I was gonna cook and I was gonna do all this stuff, and then I just, I'm literally a tia. You know those tias that come to your house and then they just like talk all day. Okay, boys. Yeah, my boy. Thanks, guys. It's crazy, but
Up in the air, I want you to jump. Jump.